Thank you for coming and watching my video. I'm Naomi Koda from Tohoku University, Japan. I will talk about two trajectories of changes from Japanese causal conjunction, morpho-phonetic variance, and discourse-pragmatic function. Objectives. This study aims to investigate the nature and trajectory of changes of Japanese conjunction, kara and sakai. These are equivalent of English cause or connective so. So I will study this conjunction by using diachronic and synchronic morpho-phonetic variants. We aim to track grammaticalization pathways of Japanese causal conjunction sakai by using synchronic geographic distribution and diachronic data and natural speech. We aim to investigate interrelationship between morpho-phonetic variants, hierarchies, and discourse-pragmatic function. Data. I will use three data. One, Grammar Atlas of Japanese Dialects, the National Language Research Institute. This is about geological distribution. Two, diachronic data from Koda and Tsuda. This data is about history of language. Number three, database of spoken dialects all over Japan, collection of Japanese dialect, volume 1 to 20, National Institute for Japanese Language and Linguistics. This data about natural speech in each dialect. I will use three data and the combined approach to the synchronic dialect study of conjunction enable us to fill a gap and track the micro-step changes of discourse level features. There is a fairly large literature on Japanese causal conjunction, especially on the standard form or Tokyo dialect, but the analysis of regional dialect variation of conjunction in everyday communication is still remained. Data analysis. Grammar Atlas of Japan, GAJ, I will call this data GAJ. GAJ was compiled by Japanese National Institute for Japanese Language and Linguistics. The Grammar Atlas of Japanese Dialect is a linguistic map, which shows an overview of geographical distribution of grammatical phenomena across Japan. Standard color in each dialect. In GAJ map, researchers visited 807 areas in Japan and asked the informant about 267 items. We used two maps from GAJ collection, number 33 and 35. Informants were all male, native dialect speaker. Investigation was pursued during 1972 to 1982. This map was made by grammar translation method. Researchers asked informant, how do you say this in your dialect? And number 33 and 35 is about the standard form connective conjunction color. Number 33, it's raining, so don't go. 雨が降っているから行くのはやめろ. So how do you say it's raining, so don't go? How do you say so in this sentence? 雨が降っているから行くのはやめろ. Standard Japanese. So in this case, kara function within sentence. So I will call this color conjunctive particle. And number 35 This context is grandson made a mistake and grandfather scolded, so I told you. That's why I told you. だからするなと言ったじゃないか。So how do you say だから in this sentence? だからするなと言ったじゃないか。So in this case, だから function intersentential. So I will call this connective. This is a map number 33, conjunctive particle. It's raining, so don't go. 雨が降っているから。And this is map number 35, から in connective だから. So I told you. This is some variants of から and 境. This is part of the variant from GAJ map. We can see many variants of から and 境. Phonetic variant of 境, like 境に、逆らい、坂、坂ね、酒、下げ、酒、鮭、etc. In case of variation of から、がら、からに、からん、etc. So, 堺に is 堺に this red spot, and if we see this number 35, we can see that around the west area, including Kyoto, Osaka, Fukui, people use Sakai variants. Importance of using the data with variation. For example, if we say 雨降ってから行くな、雨降ってから行くな、rainfall cause go not, because it rains, don't go. But in West area, people say 雨降って酒行くな. So it's important to describe the sound, not the abstract language meaning. Put high value on phonetic variants. So according to GAJ map, instead of standard form kara, which is used in eastern area, including Tokyo, spread out over the wide area, people in Kansai area use Sakai forms for causal connectives, which correspond to kara. Kara, Eastern Japan, Tokyo, and Standard Japanese, Sakai, Keiki area, like a West area, former central part of Japan, including Kyoto, Osaka. Sakai is used frequently in Kinki, former capital, with influential power, one of the central part of Japan. And Sakai spread out in the past time all over Japan with many phonetic variants. This is a synchronic direct data and diachronic history, which made by Koda and Tsuda 2017. Sakai originally derived from a noun which means boundary of the land, for example, established causal usage in the 15th century and then radiated out over 1,000 kilometers. Sakai, constituting causal conjunction or sentential connective, has still been used as a direct form of standard kara in Kinki, including Kyoto, Osaka, Yamagata, and characterized by having many phonological variants. We trace the phonological change and function. This is a spoken direct data. each data has 20 to 30 minutes conversation, natural conversation in each area. This is a recorded year and speaker's age, male and female. In the data, in spoken direct data, we can find the Sakai variant in this highlighted area, like including Osaka, Nara, Hyogo, Kyoto to Yamagata. This is phonetic variant of conjunctive particle and sentential connective. So in each recorded data, we can find conjunctive particle and sentential connective. This is number of color Sakai in spoken data. By using synchronic data, we can obtain many phonetic variants. We consider amounts of variants showed undergoing a process of change. We consider that discourse-pragmatic variation occur later after the acquisition of phonological variation. Two pathways. That Sakai has many phonetic variants shows that Sakai has undergone a set of changes associated with grammaticalization, i.e. phonetic reduction, decategorization, and semantic pragmatic change. By investigating phonological variants, we trace the phonological change and function. Hagesage is considered, Hagesage is one of the variants of Sakai. These are considered the variant form of Sakai, propagated to Yamagata and experienced sound change. This change involves the loss of morphosyntactic characteristics of source forms, semantically bleached, and acquire new pragmatic meanings over time. The evolution of short Sakai variants from longer variants, Hage, Sage, Sake, these are short variant from Sakai happened. These are happened in peripheral area like Yamagata. I in Sakai includes vowel sequence RE. This hiatus had changed into the long vowel A in Yamagata. Then lengthened vowel changed to shorter vowel A and became two molar word sake or sage. In the contrary to the change in Yamagata, there exists tendency to avoid coalescing of vowels in Kansai area. They prefer two distinct and separate vowel pronouns. This tendency support to keep the shape of original sound Sakai, and the original logical meaning has remained. Area where Sakai used in spoken data. So Yamagata, Niigata, this is Japan seaside. This area phonetic reduction, Osaka, and they conserve the original, Kyoto conserve the original sound. Phonetic variants of conjunctive particle and sentential connective. So I highlighted the Yamagata and Niigata. This is an area which occurred the phonetic reduction. But if we see Osaka, Sakai, Sakai, ni Hakai, in Osaka, they made clear vowel distinction, Sakai, Sakai, ni Hakai. In connective to so yakai. This is number of color Sakai in spoken data. So if we see Yamagata, Niigata, Osaka, we can see that sakai is used in conjunctive particle a lot. As for sentence connective, the right side, only the areas where sound change has occurred have developed the usage of sentential connectives, whereas in kinki, we see zero sakai. People use standard form だから instead of sakai variant.
少々お待ちください。
Sorry, my iPad says something. So I. In the study of Miya's area, Miya's is northern part of Kyoto, once phonetic reduction occurred a lot, but after that it is observed that phonetic reduction has declined according to Oda 2016. So we can trace the change of sakai in Miya's like this. I to ja to I. Variance and function. Shorter variants, reducing unclear vowel, operate at pragmatic level of representation, that is, connecting sentence. On the contrary, the original version is used for clarifying causal relation at the level of propositional content or clause, and their scope function within clause. Although they have same roots, their usage expansions are quite different. Sentence or utterance connective develops to discourse marker, which contribute to discourse cohesion. But at close conjunction, only connect within sentence. In conjunctive particle, which locates the final element of the clause, but in connective usage, locate in the sentence or utterance initial position. In Kansai area, connective soya sakai is used for only clarifying causal relation at the level of propositional content because of original meaning sakai. Contrary to this, in Yamagata, dahage or sondahage are used not only for clarifying logic, but also showing interpersonal strengthen or agreement function. In this sense, changed variants expand their meaning and function. Change of the speed. This is a variant used in spoken data. This is a data of frequency of conjunctive particle and connective in spoken conversation. Sakai, which showed green bar, green Yamagata and Niigata, we can see causal connective sakai. These are used more in, if we see sakai, causal connective, we see Yamagata, Niigata, and the causal conjunctive particle, we can see many areas they use as a causal conjunctive particle. Sakai, which showed the green bar, is used more in conjunctive particle in each area. We can find sakai in connective only in Yamagata and Niigata. People use color in connective in synchronic data. We can see the direct form more in conjunctive particle and in connective, which function in discourse level. At discourse level, standard form color is used more and direct form used rare. The movement toward standardization start more in discourse level marker. On the contrary to this, conjunctive particle is more conservative and keeps logical structure. Conclusion. We investigate the correlation between phonetic variants. For example, sakai ni, sakai, sakai ni, sake, etc., and discourse-pragmatic function. Analyzing pronunciation of sakai in face-to-face conversation, we described how sakai variants are used. Considering the nature of the grammatical source, we trace two trajectories of change. One is the categorization pathway. The other is persistence or conservative pathway. Although the evolution of short variants happened in the peripheral area, Sakai in Kinki, known to be the former capital of Japan, still keep original form over 600 years. With the benefit of etymological explicitness of formal noun, the non-reduced form is preferred for packaging logical relationship. Direct form, including analytic noun, is fitted for subordinate cause-result structure. The standard form dakara is used as a discourse marker. Thank you very much for listening my presentation. Thank you. See you. Thank you very much.